everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to be showing you my new community tank and also telling you the story of how I got it. I kind of suffered a little bit from multiple tank syndrome, which basically, if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a running joke in the fish community where once you get one fish tank, you can't stop until you have way too many. I had 6 tanks. As someone who goes to school and has a part-time job, I'm not good at running 6 tanks, so I wanted to change it up so that I would be able to give the fish the life they deserve. So the first step that I took in doing that was my cousin texted me one day and she said, "Hey, I'm going to this fish auction. You know, this is what I'm going to put in the auction. Do you want any of it?" And she was giving away a 20-gallon tank, and this was the tank. And I didn't feel comfortable with her just giving it to me. I didn't feel comfortable with that. I thought that I wanted to do something in return for her. I said, "Hey, would you mind trading, like doing a trade?" So she was totally good with that idea. So basically what I did is I traded my 2 3-gallon tanks and my 1 5-gallon tank, and I traded those for her 20. And she gave me the heater and the filter and everything with that. In order for this to be like literally $0, I had to decorate it somehow. Now, in part of my multiple tank syndrome, I also had every time I go to the fish store, I have to spend 20 bucks on ornaments syndrome, which is not a thing, I just made that up now. But yeah, pretty much every time I went to the fish store, I bought an ornament. So I didn't have to go out and buy any more, and I was able to decorate an entire tank. And then on top of that, every time I bought one of my little tanks, I bought stones. Even though I had stones, I was like, you know what, I don't want those blue ones. I want the red ones, or I don't want the red ones, I want white ones. So I took all of my stones that I had in my collection and I washed them and I mixed them all up, and then I put them in here. So right now I have a rainbow mix of stones that I already had, so the substrate was completely free for me. And then also completely decorating it, including my live plants, was completely free as well. But yeah, so decorating this tank literally cost me absolutely nothing. So now I have a tank completely decorated, I had to put some fish in it. One of the 5 gallons had my 2 guppies in it, I'm not sure if you remember, and they were in a 5-gallon, which wasn't necessarily ideal having 2 females together alone in a 5-gallon. Like, they were living fine, they were like happy little buddies, but technically that wasn't the right thing to do. Now another tank that I traded was my 3-gallon, which had a betta named Monkey in it, which I will get into the story at the end. If you want to hear the story of how Monkey came about, I will tell that at the end because it is a long, funny story. I put the guppies and a betta in here. I actually came to the auction with her. One of my 1-gallon bowls, she actually helped, she actually sold for me, and then I was able to get a little bit of cash from that. Now, while I was at the auction with my cousin, while she was selling things and I was selling my 1 bowl, I actually was able to buy some guppies. I was able to auction, or I guess bid, on some guppies, and I won the bid, so I was able to get 6 guppies for just 5 bucks, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I ended up, the money that I got for the bowl, because I got 5 bucks for the bowl, and then bought the 5 bucks for the guppies. So in the end, I had 6 guppies, plus a betta, plus my other 2 guppies in here, still cost me nothing. And I also, fun fact, have 2 little fry in here that have been growing nicely. So yeah, that is pretty much how that went. But that is pretty much all for today. So if you stuck around to the end, you now get to hear the story of Monkey. Okay, so it's actually been a couple of hours since I filmed the beginning part. So I decided to get my chair and get all comfy to tell you the story of Monkey. So I got Monkey on February 9th of 2017. And when I got him, he was white. And I'm gonna insert some pictures while I talk, just to kind of like back things up. So when I got Monkey, he was in a divided 5-gallon. And I got this divided 5-gallon so that I could have, pick up 2 bettas at once. Now, little did I know that the divider of this tank was not exactly fit exactly correctly. Even though it was store-bought, it didn't fit. So Monkey ended up getting through the divider and attacking the betta on the other side. So of course I couldn't have this, so then they had to be separated. So I ended up with Monkey and another betta in a bowl. Obviously this wasn't the ideal because I was hoping that they'd each have 2.5, but they got downgraded to 1 gallon because they couldn't live together in the tank. And then after that, because he got downgraded to the bowl, I knew it wasn't permanent, but at the same time I didn't want to have to deal with everyone on YouTube telling me that I was an animal abuser by having my betta in a bowl. So to avoid that, I just didn't put him on YouTube. I was going to when I got him, when he had the tank and everything. In fact, I think I filmed a setup of that tank that I never edited, uploaded. Like, I think I still have that footage on my computer that I never touched. Like, I have not done it. It's on my computer. I just haven't done it. I don't know. Maybe I should. Let me know if you think I should film or upload the setup to the tank that I no longer have in the comments down below. Now, the thing is, I felt like I was lying to you guys somehow by having him in a bowl and not having him on the internet. Like, it was kind of like some weird betta underground or something. So I didn't feel comfortable with it. So I actually ended up rehoming Monkey to my mom. Thanks, Mom, for keeping Monkey alive for a good amount of time. So I can't remember exactly the timeline, but my betta Horatio passed away, and I believe it was around this time that obviously I had an extra tank. So I did a bit of switcheroo, and then I had an available tank for Monkey. So I took Monkey back into my care from my mom because it was kind of more like a babysit thing, more so than me like gifting her Monkey. So I put Monkey in a 3-gallon in my room, the one that I had that was Trinity's, because Trinity went into Horatio's old 5-gallon. And I hope this all makes sense. Like, he was all over the place. And then, you know, time goes by, a long time goes by, and Monkey turns black. So he went from the white betta to a black betta because he marbled so much. So when I found out I was getting the 20-gallon, I was willing to put one of my bettas in the community tank. I had 3 different bettas, so I was like, if Monkey doesn't work out, I have others. But luckily, it did end up that Monkey worked out in the community tank. But yeah, so that is where Monkey came from, and that is why I never put him on YouTube until now.